What's up?
We're back again.
Back Wednesday.
Wednesday sessions, I think, are a bit better.
Yeah, well, I mean, nothing really happened. Or there was a little bit happening last week, but it was kind of, you know, a bit small. So we left it and thought we'll leave it a bit longer. And there's definitely been some more things to talk about since.
Sure. But in all, it seems very quiet.
It seems quiet.
Yeah. So, like, especially this morning, you would have seen OPEC no longer. UAE is not going to be part of it, which is massive. Like I think they are the biggest producer in OPEC. I would have thought.
Yeah.
Or one of them.
Yeah, they're basically the oil cartel.
Yep.
That dictate the prices of oil. So 60 years they've been involved with the UAE. No, May 1st.
May 1st.
Finishes up. Very interesting.
Well, you know, I know you were saying last week it's going to go against the petrodollar if they do leave.
Yeah.
But I'm on the other boat. I think by them leaving, it's going to cement the petrodollar, because I'm sure they would have made deals with Trump to say, hey, you must use the US dollar if you want to settle oil.
Yeah, I think you're wrong in the sense that it's going to be the US dollar, but I think that you're on the right track in terms of settling with the US, but it'll be settled with the XRP ledger.
XRP. Okay.
Yeah, so this is kind of like what I was saying about XRP heading to 3 to 4 digits in April, and probably just a little bit too soon on that. But these are the catalysts that are going to expose or need to use the utility of XRP to settle oil contracts within 3 to 5 seconds. Now you have to remember that we're currently using the petrodollar system, the fiat country or SWIFT system to settle US dollars for oil, which take 5 to 10 days, and also require high amounts of money to settle transactions. So this is all sort of moving towards that direction, and I think, yeah, if we see clarity, which I think we will in May, we'll see those prices for XRP come. But
you're bullish, man. I can say that you're bullish,
man. It's one of those things that I've been watching for ages, and just like everything that I have sort of not seen, but like just understood is rolling out. It hasn't exactly rolled out the way I thought, but it's rolling out. It's exciting times. It's both scary and exciting times. So
well, fuel prices as well have been dropping.
Yeah.
You know, like even though the price of oil, it's like $100 a barrel, 110 today, the price of the barrels is pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I filled up at 175 yesterday, and I was like, it's pretty cheap.
It's cheap, but we saw that the dollar per barrel dropped down to like 77 US dollars after they announced the ceasefire and the potential opening of the Strait. So I think we're seeing those prices reflected now in the Bowser. However, we're back above 100 per barrel as of today. So I think we'll see those prices go back to what they were.
Because the strategy at the moment with the US is the blockade.
Yeah.
So they're basically, and look, in a way, it is smart.
Yeah.
You know, they're blocking the flow of petrol or oil to get out of Iran.
Yeah.
So Iran basically can't transact and get dollars in, or yuan in, whichever currency they're using.
Yeah.
And eventually, all of their refineries, all of their storage facilities are going to just basically bank up.
Yeah.
And then eventually, they'll have no more oil to pump or to sell. And it's probably going to cause an effect the other way, which is what I'm thinking, is there's going to be a flood of oil that's going to hit the market. Like, it's going to go up now while there's a bit of uncertainty.
Yeah.
The war's still going on. I'm not sure what's happening with that. But all of a sudden, if things get solved and there's a deal that's made, there's going to be a flood of oil, like an absolute flood, that's going to drop the price down to the floor.
Massively, yeah.
You know?
And I think it's just redirecting where we buy our energy from. Like, there's got to be the crisis, the chaos, and then the reaction, and then the solution. So what we're seeing now is the crisis. We're seeing places like the UAE react, and we'll see a reaction from Europe soon, and then we'll see a reaction from Australia and Asia, because we got our last shipment of oil on the 19th of April. And so it's literally at its end now. So I think we'll start to see some restrictions, unfortunately.
You still think they're coming?
Yeah, I do. I think energy lockdowns are coming. We also saw that fertilizer prices went up by over 50%.
Yeah, they skyrocketed.
Which is a massive problem, because now we're going to start to see grocery stores increase their prices, and they already have. Like, I've noticed it already.
Oh yeah, I went the other day, got a punnet of strawberries of $7.
$7.
I was like, it's $1 a berry.
Bro, it's crazy.
It's like, what?
That's it's only just the beginning. The Iran war isn't over. It's far from over, and you can see the pattern of the Strait is open, the Strait is closed. I've seen a lot of posts about, like, why is it closed, why is it open, what's going on, da 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 da. It's all to do with the markets.
Of course.
And it's all to do with playing with people's minds and making them confused and not understand and all that sort of stuff.
Because I saw this morning, I was watching Bloomberg TV, which is on here in the office, and America's pumping the exports of oil and gas. Like, they're smashing it in Saudi Arabia. So they're making a ton of cash while the prices are high.
Correct.
Not only that, all the Arabian countries, you've got basically anyone that exports oil and gas is making an absolute mozza.
Yeah, and also the thing is as well is that at the same time, whilst they're making heaps of money, everyone in America is going broke. Like, people are crying on social media about how they can't afford their bills and how they're, working 3 jobs, and that's going to continue to happen because it's a transfer of wealth. This is the thing. This is what happens every so often when a certain currency or the way the financial system is structured, when they want to change it or when they have a new way or new technology, they've got to crash the old one. They've got to get rid of it.
And I've also seen this theory with Australian property prices. They're saying it's not getting more expensive, it's the value of the dollar getting cheaper.
That's exactly right.
So it's like, you're needing more dollars or more Aussie dollars to buy the same thing.
It's like your strawberries. Your strawberries are $7 because the dollar has been devalued. Yes, fertilizer prices have gone up, but that effectively makes the dollar worthless or worth less. So, yeah, prices are going up, but it's actually the de-dollarization happening of the currency. And so people are just going to be... Like, I saw the other day, it was on Current Affair. I don't know if you saw it. It was actually on Sunday night. They had families in there, and like, there was a couple there making 90 grand a year each, and they were living out, I think, in maybe Victoria, like country Victoria. So it's not like a super expensive place to live, but 90 grand a year each. And by the end of the week, they had $20 left after bills. $180,000. Like, that's a decent wicket for a young couple.
Yeah,
$20.
And this goes back to, I think the government is spending too much money.
Yeah.
We have, I saw an interesting stat. Australia has the highest percentage of public workers, so government workers, compared to the population size in the world. We have more government red tape anywhere in the world.
Well, I didn't know that.
So what's happening is, we have all of these jobs, they're just handing money out to everybody. But that money is starting to become worthless because the productivity is not there, and that's what's happened. Like, we can see it across everything. Everything is getting more expensive. Like you said, strawberries, houses, everything.
Material. The housing crisis, like, we've been speaking about this for a while with immigration and just not having enough housing. Like, they're bringing 3,800 immigrants into the country every day.
And then their argument is, well, they're skilled. They're not skilled. Only 10% of those workers are skilled. So then all of a sudden now you have an influx of people coming into the country that are competing with jobs.
Yeah, and then we see crime going up in places like Victoria, astronomically. And then also, like, when you think about, okay, they're skilled and they're going to be working, but then you've got AI and people losing jobs.
True.
It just doesn't make sense. It does make sense, but...
Well, we have inflation data coming out today in Australia, and it looks like it's going to be at 4.8%.
Wow.
If it's 4.8%, they're hiking for sure. There's no ifs or buts. If it's 4.8%, it just depends how long it lasts, in terms of the timeline. If this drags on for a few more months...
Then they have the jobs data as well, don't they?
The jobs data will come out too.
Will come out too, and I know the US are doing theirs as well. This is actually a very big week for the markets.
Especially for the US tech sector.
Yeah.
I don't know if you
do their reporting, Apple does their reporting. Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw OpenAI as well, also didn't reach its revenue targets. So now the market is getting spooked because they're like, well, there's a lot of overinvestment.
This is that AI bubble they were talking about. AI bubble. Then it pops.
And it's like, and I think, I moved away from OpenAI because their model wasn't that great anymore compared to the other ones that are out there. And they won't go broke; they'll just get bought out.
Yeah,
that's what's going to happen.
This happened with the .com era, right? The .com bubble, exactly the same thing.
And it's like when you go into the markets, things don't make sense. Things are going up, 1,000% in like a couple of months.
Yeah,
that's euphoria.
Well, this is what we're seeing now with the S&P 500 and a few other stocks.
It's going nuts.
Yeah,
it's going
all-time highs.
If you are in the market, you're making a ton of cash.
Yeah,
but just like no one saw it coming.
Yeah,
like you even saw Amazon. Amazon almost went bust in the 2000s. But now they're a massive company. So it's like when there's euphoria, people go borrow money to buy shares. They get margin debt to buy. But then when something happens, it all sort of collapses really quick.
It's just a matter of when, not if.
And so these things can last for years. The AI boom has been going since I think 2021, 2022, and that was obviously after the COVID bubble as well. So the COVID bubble should have probably popped by now, but it didn't because AI came in to sort of take that place. Yeah. Now it's like what's going to
this is just AI? This is it's insane. The crash that will happen will be astronomical.
It will be big, but no one knows when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
But the amount of debt that's in the system is the scary thing.
Yeah. I think it's sooner than we think, hey.
Well, you had in the GFC, they bailed out the banks to a tune of 700 billion US.
Yeah.
700 billion today is nothing.
Yeah.
It's
nothing. Did you see the American government have come out with a Venmo for paying the US debt?
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I've seen it.
What the fuck? That's hilarious.
Donate to it.
the mate, that's what we pay taxes for.
That's true. I'm sure people still pay though.
Probably. But yeah, interesting with what's happening over in Iran at the moment. The recent tweet from Trump was that Iran are basically bleeding dry because of the blockade, and they've basically said like, we're trying to get or understand who our new leaders are. Please remove the blockade so that we can come up with who the new leaders are. And and then Trump's been like, his response to that was like, we trust that they're going to do this. We'll undo the blockade or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, no, you won't.
No, you won't.
Look, you've got 3 aircraft carriers there. It's full of mines. It's all just, again, it's Tuesday in America. So the markets are open. It's all just to get it going.
Well, Mr. Charles is there, King Charles.
Yeah.
Is over in the US. He's doing something diplomatic. Apparently it's to tie
250 years or something.
250 years since they were independent from the British. They brought him along, but I think it was to show unity as well. Like Britain and the US are still together, even though they're miles apart in terms of their thinking.
They're miles apart, and it's again the royal.
But on the surface, maybe they're miles apart. I think underneath.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. They're all tied in together with the same goal in mind. But to everyone else on surface level, the royal families have always been there to just like let everyone breathe. Like we've got Harry and Meghan in Australia. They did the Invictus Games. You've got Charles and Camilla over in the US. Doing their amazing speeches that are pre-written many times before. And they're just there to make everyone think, oh, everything's cool, everything's sweet, but really underneath the surface, the cracks are there and it's just smoke and mirrors again.
Yeah, true. Well, we also have the Federal Reserve rate decision tonight. Or tomorrow, which is tonight.
It's Jerome Powell's last one.
It's his last one. And look, the market is expecting he's going to do nothing. But could you imagine if he raises rates?
Yeah.
Which is probably what needs to happen because inflation is probably also coming back in the US as well. If he does that could be the prick, the prick that just pops the balloon.
Yeah. Be really interesting what they do. Because last time they kept them the same, hey?
They kept them the same.
Yeah.
Australia went up. If they put rates up again, I think it's next week. It's going to be the third one in a few months.
Australia definitely put the rates up. Yeah. I think they'll put the rates up for the rest of the year.
I think they don't want to go too hard too soon as well, so they'll just wait to see what sort of comes over the next few months. But the main problem is the government is spending too much money, and that's it. So now what they're going to do, what Labor loves to do, is they're going to tax people more.
Yeah.
But when you tax people more, you actually slow down investment.
Yeah.
You know, and they're going to target the number one hottest topic and religion in the country, property.
Yeah, sounds like a plan to me.
Well, if you want to do a cash grab, that's what you do. You're going to go after the biggest, you know, the biggest pie.
Yeah.
And you're going to try and take as much of it as possible.
Yeah.
Which is what they're going to do. Now they're talking about the capital gains tax reduction, but a lot of people are getting upset because they're not limiting it to property only. So they're saying, well, let's just
all investments.
All investments.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, then you make Australia less
profitable.
Friendly.
Yeah.
You know, because you're like, well,
who wants to live here?
Like, who wants to invest?
Yeah.
If I'm going to lose twice as much tax to the government, why would I do it?
So not only are we exporting everything, we're also sending all the people that want to do great things in this country away from the country.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is why you see countries like Dubai absolutely peaking, because there's no tax.
Yeah.
Their tax system rewards entrepreneurs and, you know, R&D and all this stuff, and that's why you see all those people on Instagram posting with Lambos and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
But because it's a low tax jurisdiction, you know, and that's what the government is essentially doing by forcing more tax from people. It's like, rather than raising taxes, how about you make things more efficient, more productive?
Well, it's somewhere like Norway. I know that they have some sort of scheme over there where their money gets put into some investment funds, and they have I think it equated to 300,000 euros per citizen.
Per person. Yeah.
Per person. You know, things like that.
Look, they're definitely forward thinking. But the thing is, Norway's made all of their money from oil.
Yeah.
So they're very.
But that's the thing, right? Like, Australia could do the same.
They could.
But we don't. We choose not to.
We choose not to, and Australia's going down the path. And I saw a stat the other day. China's building 10 nuclear power plants in the next few months. We can't even get one.
Yeah.
You know, and then they're building all these coal-fired power stations everywhere.
We're basically just becoming a controlled economy, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's more, I think, about virtue signaling. It's like, well, we don't want to burn the coal for our own citizens, but we'll send it to China, and then let China.
And they'll make heaps of money off us.
They may keep some money off us while it's going to get burnt anyway. You know, it's like you might as well at least give a good life to the citizens here who you know, effectively own it. The country owns those resources, but no, we'll ship it overseas to make ourselves feel good.
It's almost like just a really good business owner needs to run this country. Not a Trump, probably not a Trump, but someone who just has that entrepreneurial mindset. Look at that Adrian Patelli guy. Opened up his own gas station, and the guy's just handing out gas and drinks for free, $1 for petrol, because he just cares about, he's made heaps of money caring about people, hate him or love him, whatever you want. He's out there actually giving a fuck about human beings, and it's just why do the government make decisions that don't benefit the citizens of the country they look after? Why?
I think it's a lot of self-interest.
Yeah.
You know?
They still get paid their money.
And we have the big oil problem here, and it's we've gone to Asia to get oil. It's why don't you go knock on the door of the US? They've caused this mess. Go knock and say, hey, well, you're buying all of our rare earths because the oil is still coming. We need the oil. Send the oil our way. What's so hard?
They will. I think that's the plan. I think that's what will happen. We'll end up obviously not having any oil. We'll go into our restrictions and our lockdowns for however long. And then, Australia will have to broker a deal with the US and buy our energy from there. That's where I think it's all going. But how long? That's the thing.
But surely China will be getting a bit uneasy now. A lot of their oil comes from the Middle East.
Yeah. They still got Taiwan in their back pocket.
They do, but to me, Taiwan, from a strategic point of view, it's probably it's probably a big deal to China, but for the rest of the world, they don't really care.
No, they don't.
And I think for China as well, it's more of a it's more they want Taiwan because it's right next to China. They want it, and
they think it's part. Well, they believe it's already part of China.
They've always thought that.
Yeah.
So it's now they just want to stake their claim. Fair enough. And I think the US knew this back in 2015.
Yeah.
And this is why they started offshoring all of the chip manufacturing back to the US and back to Vietnam and to different countries as well.
Yeah.
To India as well. Because I think China said to the US, we want Taiwan back, and that's what's happening. So in the term of geopolitics, it doesn't sound like Taiwan's a big deal to the rest of the world, but to China it is. So I think China will get their way.
Yeah. Well, Trump still has his meeting with Xi Jinping, I think.
It's coming soon.
They cancelled the one I think there was meant to be one this month, but he moved it. And I'm pretty sure Trump is going over there. So, I don't know. It's all, again, like, you know, on the surface level, it's like US versus China, Russia, but like, it doesn't really seem that way. Mm-hmm. Like, because you're right, like China should be getting a bit nervous, but they're not really.
Yeah, like there's not much. I know they're probably not reporting on it.
Yeah, but
like,
we don't really see what they report on, do we?
Exactly. Yeah. But like, as if China's not making deals with Europe.
100%, or Russia.
Or Russia.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, Iran went over to Russia recently, the foreign minister, and I think Putin basically just said like, "Well done," and holding the US off and all that sort of stuff. So, I don't know. Guess we'll see what comes of it. But the other really interesting thing that I noticed was the US making a deal with Indonesia militarily around the Strait of Malacca. And the Strait of Malacca is actually the most important trade route
for China.
In the world, for China.
And I think Australia has realised as well, like now the Pacific region has become a big hot topic. Yeah. And this is why they gave all the money for the PNG rugby team or the footy team, where Luai is going to go over.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because it's like, they gave a ton of cash, I think it was like 300 million or something, and now you've got the NRL going over there as well. Like Australia's starting to put their stake in the region.
Yeah, through sport.
You know, through investment over there as well.
To build those relationships.
But it's more to be strategic.
100%. It's all politics.
It's all politics. Yeah. So they have eyes on the ground. You know, they're going to own the telecommunication network.
It's interesting how the NRL has really grown over the last few years.
They've done well. Yeah. Because it was like back in like 2016, it was going down.
It was.
Like people weren't going to the games.
It was dying sport.
It was dying, but now all of a sudden over the last few years, they've just pumped it.
They've pumped it. Since COVID and since Volandis took over, he's actually done a really good job with the Las Vegas thing and whatnot. But yeah, I found the American deal with Indonesia really interesting because there's been a lot of government spending across the globe on military recently. Like Australia's put a lot of money into drones and manufacturing. Obviously America have and Europe's starting to now as well. So the other question is like, are we starting to now really move into that World War III territory?
I think everyone's getting poised. Everyone's getting ready. You know, like I think the Albanese government as well was saying, we're not going to spend more money on military, we're not going to do it. And then the other day... They did it. Of course they're going to do it because they've been told. You know, like the powers at B, the bigger powers are saying we need to spend money on military. The AUKUS deal will go ahead. Yeah. You know, as much as people complain about it...
It'll go ahead. It has to.
It has to go
because
ahead.
We're too reliant. We can't not do it.
We have to do it. Like,
we don't have a military.
Exactly.
Like compared to the rest of the world, to China especially, like it's peanuts.
And the thing is, we hope that we never use all of this tech, but to show that we're ready in case something were to happen. That's all it is. Yeah. So it's like the best way to describe it is you'll never want to use it. Like if we're going to start using our nuclear subs and all this against China, the world's going to be in a very shit place.
Yeah, well, no one will be alive.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like it's all just posture. It's all just there to say, hey, well, we have the capability. If you fuck with us, well, we're going to get involved. We're going to get the US involved and the allies and all the rest of it. So Australia has to do it, but it's also good for the economy. That's why a lot of people don't see. It's like all that money coming in is going to go into investment. They're going to invest in R&D. They're going to invest in people. You know, they're going to build these They're going to build these factories somewhere. It's like there's money coming in. You know, so it's like it's better that we do it and keep everything on.
But we could put money into other things that benefit the country.
We can, but I think the military has like this other line where it's like, you know, they can spend money because they have to.
Well, the banks make the money off this stuff.
Oh yeah.
They're like they own the companies that make all this shit. So that's why it's military. That's why there's war, because it all just goes to that same place again.
Yeah.
Just a big circle.
It's a big circle.
It is. It's a big circle, and that's why we've had world wars. Like, we had Nazis and people wanting to take over the world and all that sort of shit, whatever. But at the end of the day, those wars are created to make money.
Yeah, look at their money making.
They are.
You know, their money, and that's why I'm thinking even with the whole Iran situation, all of those areas that make money from oil, you know, Saudi Arabia, Oman, all those countries are making a shitload of cash.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I find it very hypocritical of Dubai. They're getting their airports blown up, but no one's saying anything. It's like, it's cool. It's like, nah, that's all good, but they're making a ton of cash.
Yeah.
You know?
Money runs the world.
Money runs the world. Like, unfortunately, that's the way it is.
It is. It's shit. The other really interesting thing that I actually sent you on the way over here was that they went through a vote in the Senate, I think today or yesterday, around moving on Cuba.
Oh, will they? Okay, I didn't.
Yeah, so it was a 51 to 47 vote,
okay,
I
so
believe.
They'll do it.
Where, yeah.
But like, Cuba, I don't understand. Like, what's in Cuba? Like, why do they want Cuba?
Oh, I guess it's just that great America, like you make America great again. It's that greater American approach. Like they want to take Greenland, they want Canada, and Cuba is just part of the list. Strategically, I guess they probably, they have an alliance with Russia and China, I suppose, and Iran. Yeah. So they get, I guess they want to get rid of that security sort of exposure, where they don't have to worry about that anymore. Again, it's probably an easy country to invade or take over because it's really old and run down, and they've got no military really. It's just part of that great America.
It's like, I suppose, Puerto Rico.
Yeah, well, it's like it's the Roman Empire days, right? I think Trump probably sees himself as a bit of an emperor in his American empire, and he wants to dominate that part of the world.
They tried to take him out again. Time number 3. I don't know if you saw the media. It's like some guy came and put a card in between Melania and Trump, and she was like all shocked, and Trump's just got this look like, don't worry, it's all good.
That was probably, call me a conspiracy theorist all you want, but that was probably the worst facade of a fucking assassination
because like the guy
I've ever seen.
He just ran through. It's like, man, there's no way you're gonna make it that far.
Do you know what as well? They had that dinner in the ballroom that they currently use, and Trump wants his ballroom.
And the White House.
So it's just the perfect reason to build his ballroom.
But like the guy that was there running, unless he's got mental issues, it's like you're not going to make it. Like it's like from where he was running to where the president is.
The thing,
it's too far.
The thing that absolutely makes it just so hilarious is that he got to that point and then he had a shotgun and a handgun, yet he's alive. So apparently he shot one of the Secret Service guys in the chest, which was covered by body armor, of course. And then they arrested him. So he's shooting, but they arrested him. In America, that doesn't happen.
In America, shoot to kill.
You shoot to kill.
Especially if it's the Secret Service, like there's no fucking around.
And this guy was some science student.
Teacher.
He's a teacher. I don't know. It seems a bit fishy to me.
Yeah, look, it doesn't sound, to me it doesn't sound plausible.
And who was it? That Caroline Levitt. Did you see her in the interview?
No, I didn't see her.
She literally said there will be shots fired tonight in Trump's speech. Like his
I did see that actually. Yeah. But I just couldn't believe the way this guy ran. Like I was like, man.
He was quick. He
was quick. It's like, but like there's no way you're gonna get there.
No way.
There's no way. Like
there's a room full of senior officials and the president.
Like unless you blow the whole thing up, but it's not going to happen.
And then the fact that they held a press conference afterwards as well.
He came in his suit. I saw.
Dude, like as if you wouldn't be worried there'd be a second shooter or a bomb or like something, but they just held a press conference and they're all laughing about it.
Yeah, interesting.
It's all a big script, isn't it? Really. But yeah, this is a big week for the markets. It'll be really interesting to see how they react to all the news with inflation and interest rates and jobs and.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to be a big week for the property market. Because shit's expensive. We know this. We keep talking about it. But if rates go up again, what's going to happen? Sydney and Melbourne are sort of starting to go backwards in terms of prices.
They are.
And all of the states that are peaking, like WA, SA and Queensland, the growth is slowing down real fast.
Yeah.
So people are bidding less because, of course, if you're uncertain, if you're not sure what's going to happen tomorrow, why are you going to go take out a 30-year mortgage? If petrol prices are high, if there's a war going on, all this uncertainty going on, you just cause the market to stand still, which is the worst place for the market. Nobody makes money if nothing's moving. Yeah,
it's definitely really unknown territory at the moment. So I guess we wait and see. Keep your cash ready.
It's about to happen.
It is about to happen.
But look, about to happen doesn't mean tomorrow. Like these things.
Next few months. I think the next few months will be really telling.
Look, it could take a few months. It could take even a few years. But of course, in somebody's life, when you're looking over like 60, 70, 80 years, a year here and there doesn't make a difference.
No.
You know, but of course, if you're in the market and you're holding a position, whether it's a short position or a long position, it's costing you money. You'd be like going, well, what do I do? Is the market going to continue to go up?
And this is kind of the question they want you to be asking, I guess, when it comes to this stuff. Yeah.
You know, you got all these companies making a shit ton of cash. So it's like, do you go into the market now? Do you buy stocks? Do you buy property? You know, is it just a short-term blip or is it something bigger?
Yeah. What do they say? Buy the news.
Buy the news.
Sell the fear. No, buy the fear. Sell the news. That's it. It's the other way around. Let's see.
Let's see.
Next week.
Until next week.
See you then.
Catch ya.